Hi, my name is Valentina. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, I urge you to do it. So in this video, I'm going to be going over positive things when it comes to becoming a content creator. And if you are watching this video, that means either you are a content creator to some degree, or you're just starting like I am, or you're thinking about starting. I urge you to do it. Don't wait. But here are a couple of benefits and here are things that I learned in the last year or so since I became a content creator. So number one is, and I think people are really underestimating that because, I don't know how the content creator perception is nowadays and how people are looking at those who actually post videos online. But I can assure you, and this is coming from like first-hand experience, that it is not an easy task. And it might look that we're so light and bubbly and but it takes a lot to do the setup too, especially if you are by yourself and you don't have a team yet. It takes a lot. It takes dedication and it takes time and it takes knowledge. So by becoming a content creator, you really do become smarter, because in every video, especially if you are an educational channel like I'm striving to be, then you need to actually put in the time. You need to do your research. You need to actually become an expert in the field that you're talking about. If maybe you are already to some degree an expert, but in order to come across as a person who knows what they're talking about, you need to do your research. And by doing research, you automatically become smarter. So that's number one thing, that if it's not just about the money, because it takes time to get monetized when you're a content creator, then this should be one of the reasons why you should become a content creator. You become smarter. Another thing that I learned, your vocabulary improves. You actually come across as a much more educated person, much more in control person, because you know how to control your vocabulary, how to talk, how to slow down, how to speed up in front of certain audience, in front of you. I consider my camera my audience, like my best friend. So by doing that, by recording yourself, by analyzing your own videos, you see the mistakes and you do your best to correct them. So your vocabulary actually improves. Another thing that I learned, again, in the last couple of months or so, is that you become much more educated. You know how to sustain and how to talk in front of an audience, so you can do an actual speech at a wedding or at a birthday party or something. You are always in the know. There's always topic of conversations that you can have with other people, because you are that much into this space, into the content creator space. And there's so much information online that I cannot stress enough. Like if I would only have much more time on my hands, I would be watching and overwatching those successful content creators that are actually teaching us for free online how to succeed. You learn so many new hacks and tricks, especially when it comes to apps. If you want to keep up with the young generation, and this is us content creators who are at least 35 and up, then for us to be in the know and to actually be on the same step as the youngsters nowadays, you need to watch these YouTubers. Watch them. Don't watch just someone your age. Expand that niche. Watch someone younger. Watch someone much older. Watch someone, not just someone your age and within your niche and what you're trying to achieve. Always broaden up your view. You don't know what you can learn from a younger YouTuber, and you don't know what you can learn from an older content creator. Another thing is that it's very rewarding and it's so satisfying when you see yourself improving, when you see your self-confidence changes. You become a much I don't even know how to say it. You are actually become much more present. You are much more aware of yourself because you are journaling. That's number one thing. Because you are writing in order to do a successful video on YouTube. It needs to be scripted to some degree. You cannot just sit in front of a camera and talk for, unless it's a topic that's very close to your heart and you have a lot of knowledge about. But for me, for example, I need to actually script my video. And in order to script my video, I need to educate myself. I need to do my research. I need to see what works in this particular space, because I am a YouTuber, what works for an Instagram platform, what works for a TikTok platform. So by being in this particular space and by educating myself, you learn so many different new apps, different new programs, different new extensions that you can use to easy up this content creator load. I know that at the beginning it might look like it's impossible to make money on this platform, and it's extremely challenging, but it's such a cool side hustle and passive income because you are genuinely you are having fun. For you, this is, at least I am, and I hope if you are debating whether or not to become a content creator, it is fun. It is fun, and it's very rewarding, and it's very satisfying. By being in particular space and by being a YouTuber, there's so many other options that you can expand to. So it's not just, you know, if you're a YouTuber, I'm only gonna be a YouTuber. You can always start a newsletter, which I did, and I'm so grateful to those who did subscribe. I'm gonna link it down below. And then people are doing podcasts, like one of the girls that I follow, Akta. I'm gonna link her down below as well. So there's always a next step in this particular journey. You are not stuck if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't wanna be in front of the camera in 10, 15, 20 years down the line. There are so many other options you can do. One of them is doing a podcast, which is really my next step. I'm looking forward to starting my own podcast. Hopefully in 2023, that's gonna be my New Year's resolution. You learn how to be creative when it comes to getting information. You learn how to use a second brain, which I learned from YouTubers. A second brain like Notion, it's a fantastic second brain. You know, thoughts are not meant to stay in our head, they're meant to be put out somewhere. So by doing that second brain, us as content creators, I say us because I feel like I'm part of the community now, it taught me how to actually retain certain information, how to put my information, whatever I'm gathering from books, from podcasts, from whatever I learned during a day. At the end of the day, I always do my best to dump it in my Notion. And when I need some inspiration, I don't know what my next topic should be, I always go into my second brain per se, and I have different tabs. There's so many YouTubers that are making a lot of really good videos, how to use Notion, how to use their templates, and I watched, I educated myself because Notion looked a little bit challenging at first, but it's extremely useful app. They're not sponsoring this video. I just really do enjoy this particular app. So I just go into my second brain, going back to my thoughts, and I'm looking. I have like different tabs: my YouTube channel, my newsletter, my Skillshare class, which I'm gonna link it down below. I went live a couple of weeks ago, and I always look for ideas for everything that I dumped each day of the week. So there's always something there. I look at my Twitter post because you can always repost something if you posted something 6 months ago. I'm sure all content creators are doing that. You can repurpose your own content. There's no shame in that. It is your own content. You did put some thought and you did some research on it. So by all means, do it. Another extremely cool thing is that the whole content creator community, they are so hyping you up. They are so down to earth. They are so inspiring. So no one is actually bad-mouthing each other. No one is saying anything bad about each other. They're really supportive. The community is extremely chill, and the vibe is very chill. Everyone is kind of, eager to share information. No one is holding things back. So I find that being part of this community has taught me so much. I met so many cool people. I cannot say that I made like friends, but I made good acquaintances and connections. I'm part of this community through Ali Abdal's course, which is called PTYA, Part-Time YouTube Academy. I'm gonna link it down below again. Thanks to him, and I'm so grateful that he was one of the guys on one of the YouTubers that I ran into, and I got inspired and I signed up to his class, and I started my YouTube channel since. I guess what I'm really trying to say is if you are doubting yourself whether or not you should join the content creator community, don't doubt yourself. It's a great community to be a part of, and I have zero regrets when it comes to being on social media. Yes, it feels a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but that's why I figured that I should do it. Get out of your comfort zone and get on this platform. You're gonna enjoy it, I can guarantee you. Thank you very much for following. Give me a thumbs up. Apparently it helps the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe if you haven't yet. My name is Valentina, and on this channel we cover everything from parenthood, motherhood, up to productivity and creatorpreneur.